What's going on, y'all? Manifest Mitchell here today with a video about delaying pleasure versus instant gratification. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, give me a like, and let me know what you think in those comments below. In this video, I'm going to talk about 3 different areas of your life where you might find yourself with the option to either delay the pleasure or to instantly gratify yourself, your money, your health, and your time. Let me start out by saying that this debate comes in many different forms in your life with the everyday choices you get to make. You don't want to spend your entire life completely depriving yourself of life's joys and pleasures. However, you also don't want to live in the moment so much that 30, 40 years from now you look back and you realize that you're in the same position now as you were 30, 40 years ago. After all, everybody's human, nobody's perfect here. Sometimes you're just gonna really feel like you need to have that drink, or that you wanna go get takeout instead of cooking at home. I will say that oftentimes when you find yourself in need of an instant gratification, there's always going to be a better and healthier way to kind of resist that temptation and gratify yourself. Like I said, balance between the two is key, and when you're working so hard towards the future, you definitely wanna reward yourself when you meet your goals. I also want this video to kind of showcase 2 different scenarios where what your life might look like down the road if you live in a constant state of instant gratification or delaying pleasure. Alright, let's start with the first aspect of instant gratification and delaying pleasure, which is your money or your financial life. This basically comes in the form of spending money on the finer things in life or saving for the future. You could also think of this as keeping up with the Joneses versus working towards your dreams. The temporary pleasures that you get from spending money come in so many different forms, like high-end food or drinks where you buy the item, consume it, and then the value is completely gone forever. It might also come in the form of pleasurable experiences like vacations, weekend trips, events, or concerts. And then also some kind of showy bullshit items like high-end clothes, expensive cars, nice watches. You know, with technology advancing so fast, you might even see something like Alexa or Roomba.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. Take a look at the help section in your Alexa app.
That's scary. You know, a lot of these items are several $100s and they're designed to do just a simple task like turn your lights on. You know, for somebody like me who doesn't have any kids, I'm debt-free, I make decent money, nothing crazy, but certainly not below the poverty line. I could go out to eat most nights or get takeout or go on a nice weekend trip every month or so. You know, I'd be enjoying myself in the moment and gratifying myself temporarily. However, down the road, I wouldn't have anything to show for it. I'd have no money or savings, and I wouldn't be any closer to retirement. But also, my money situation is consistently changing, and I plan to be extremely wealthy and do well and help others with the money that I have in the near future. It's also one of these things where, yes, I could indulge myself in the pleasures right now. However, down the road, when I've saved a lot more money and my money's growing for me, I'm gonna be able to take longer, more extravagant trips and enjoy even better and finer things in life, while also being able to generously give even more than I would be able to right now. Let's move on to the second category of instant gratification versus delaying pleasure, which is your personal health. This would basically come in the form of kind of letting yourself go and engaging in unhealthy habits versus staying fit and active and having great health long term. Some examples of some instant gratification in terms of your health are going to be excessive drinking, excessive binge eating or eating just unhealthy food, smoking, and also doing drugs. And by drugs, I mean the bad ones, not the good ones. And some examples of delaying pleasure for a long-term benefit are going to be eating organic and healthy food, having a consistent workout routine or fitness regimen, and also just going outside, enjoying nature in the environment, and soaking up that good old vitamin D from the sun. With the temporary pleasures I mentioned, you will feel really good in the moment. You're going to get a lot of instant gratification about getting drunk or binge eating really unhealthy foods. But eventually, you're going to see yourself physically and mentally start to decline. You might see your weight start to fluctuate, your skin might lose its nice tone or color. You'll also start to feel your energy levels just hit the floor. You're gonna feel kind of tension and sickly feelings, as well as mentally cloudy and even feel depressed because your body is in a negative state and a lower vibration. Lastly, I will say that humans are living longer than ever before. You know, I'm sure you're familiar with the phrase, you only live once, YOLO, and that you're never guaranteed to live to see tomorrow. However, the statistics and the research done on millions of people show that you will likely live into your 70s and 80s. and maybe older, especially with the younger generations. There's all kinds of new research coming out, stem cells, prosthetic limbs, and artificial organs that are going to support you living a long life. My grandpa's almost 90 years old. He just got a knee replacement. He's still going strong, and I could totally see him living past 100 years old. So in the aspect of your health, you definitely want to keep in mind the instant gratification, either shortening how long that you get to live, and also the quality of life that you'll have during your later years. The last area on which I want to focus in terms of instant gratification versus delaying pleasure is going to be how you spend your time. This is basically going to come in the form of being lazy versus getting shit done, or spending your time fucking around or moving forward in your life. Currently, just like a lot of you, I do spend a good chunk of my time working a full-time job. I could certainly work less hours for less money or find a new job that's a lot easier and that pays less. And even though my current job isn't something that I want to stick with long term, it is serving me as a means to an end in order for me to have extra money to build wealth towards my dream life. Not to mention, if I really wanted to, I could spend the rest of my time outside my job, kind of being lazy, maybe watching Netflix or just hanging out a lot of the time. And I'd still enjoy my life and choose to be happy in my situation. However, years down the road, I'm going to be in the same position, doing work that I don't necessarily enjoy and being forced to go to my job every day. Or I could put in 20, 30, even 40 hours of extra work every single week on top of my full-time job into building my online business. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to be physically and mentally exhausting, and I'm going to have very little free time to do what I enjoy or for anything. But in 5 years, or maybe as early as 2 or 3 years, I expect to find myself running a very profitable and successful online business, doing meaningful work, showing people that they can achieve their dreams, and helping make the world a better place. So that being said, I'm going to choose to delay pleasure for now so that later on down the road, I'm going to have a more successful, meaningful, and happy life. And while I might have to say no to instant gratification and learn to delay pleasure, I know that it's going to be worth it in the long run. But of course, as I reach the goals I set, I'm going to reward myself along the way, because you do only live once. And you want to indulge and enjoy yourself when you see yourself making progress and moving towards your dream life. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What have you sacrificed in order to have some kind of long-term benefit? How have you learned to resist temptation and say no to things that you know are going to give you a temporary pleasure but are going to be harmful towards your long-term goals? Thanks so much again, y'all. I'll catch you on the next video.